Welcome to Chicago, where CM Punk isn't just a wrestler, he's the second city saint, and he's not wearing number 23, but the Elimination Chamber is in his city, his building, his wrestling cathedral, and that crowd is about to sound like a religious experience. And if he loses that title in Chicago, the city might riot. And remember, Drew's lurking in the shadows. But honestly, we just want to know what's in the mystery crate box. That's what we're really here for. Yo, Jesse, ring the bell.
Let's light it up.
You are now listening to the Ringside Renaissance Wrestling Podcast.
And we're back for another episode of Ringside Renaissance. And we're here talking our WWE predictions for the Elimination Chamber in Chicago. Yeah. And we are, as seen on Netflix, Busted Open approved, the original bad boys of the wrestling podcast world. Yeah, and we are rated RR for Ringside Renaissance. And I'm here with the best co-host, the best tag team partner, the best friend in the world, very deadly Jesse. Yeah, and I'm Andrew Combat Jones. Yeah, y'all getting sick of that yet? Hell no. We are the best wrestling podcast on the planet,
No
in the universe, in the solar system.
No offense to all the other podcasts we fuck with, but
No, take offense. I'm calling you out. We the best. Bring it.
the Elimination Chamber is this Saturday, the last stop besides Raws and SmackDowns on the road to WrestleMania. Man, do you think that? Well, we'll get into it a little bit later, but I was watching back a couple years ago.
Okay.
To the Elimination Chamber that you went to in Montreal when Roman Reigns faced Sami Zayn, and they had the whole Elimination Chamber when AJ Styles screwed over LA Knight, and it led to their match at WrestleMania. And I was like, boy, WWE was on fire back then. Like, just everything was clicking on all cylinders, and now this year just seems very flat.
Yeah, well, I thought that one was flat, the one I went to, besides
really?
like Sammy and Roman. I think we had like Edge and Beth Phoenix against either Damian Priest and Rhea, or it was The Miz and Maurice on that card. But the Elimination Chamber, the only thing I remember from the Elimination Chamber match for the men's one, was because it was for the United States Championship, and Austin Theory retained. The only thing I remember from the match was Montez Ford like dropping from the top of the chamber.
Oh, you're right. I'm a year off, I think.
Yeah. Yep.
I'm a year off, yeah, because I was thinking about the one where Drew McIntyre won to face Seth Rollins at WrestleMania, the one I was watching. But
what a lackluster Elimination Chamber you could call that, as far as that match is concerned, because your whole PLE or pay-per-view at that point was based off of the Elimination Chamber, and it's not even the last match, and it's for the U.S. title. And Austin Theory is winning. Like, it was just like, okay.
Oh, well, there's no Austin Theory hate here, but
well, yeah.
What do you think is more predictable right now? The women's Elimination Chamber, the men's Elimination Chamber, or what's in the crate that has to be opened at the Elimination Chamber?
The mystery crate. That's all I care about.
Okay.
Didn't Jim Cornette said anything that comes out of a box
is over.
Yeah. Well,
let's see. I just don't understand. Why don't they just open the fucking box?
Yeah.
Like, okay, if you were ever given something, all right, we know this back from our childhood days, and we're gonna go down memory lane real quick.
Okay.
When Santa's real, but our parents would have some gifts wrapped and put aside in a closet, and they said, don't open those till Christmas. We opened them fucking things.
We opened all them bitches. Yeah.
I remember very clearly your mom being very upset with you opening the gifts and rewrapping
you remember?
them.
I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about. I rewrapped them things the same way they was rewrapped. There's no way she would have known.
She
And
did
then she
know.
went. Then she went and snitched on me to my dad.
Oh man.
You unwrapped you unwrapped those gifts, son.
I think
sorry.
if Adam Pearce wants to be known as like the superior general manager but on WWE, he just needs to take a crowbar and rip that fucking crate open. We want to know what's inside it.
Rip the crate open on SmackDown and just mess with everybody.
It's so ridiculous.
I don't even know. I think there's an obvious answer that it actually could be from some stuff that we've been seeing and from somebody that we haven't heard, besides like of all these other crazy theories of what it could be or who it could be. I mean, obviously, do you have somebody in a crate and you're just shipping them back and forth between cities with no water, and is there a bathroom? They're like, this isn't Wayfair. Like, we're not ordering stuff, couches from China or closets from China. We're not
15%
at the White
those.
House or on lists and stuff like that. Our names aren't black. Their names aren't blacked out on lists.
Yeah. Yeah.
But,
we're not like Trump and we're not pedoing things, but we're trying to figuring out what is really in this crate. It would make me laugh so hard if they opened it up and there was like a little table and a little toilet in there, like to make it kind of like believable.
Think you can empty this pot?
But at this point, it's got to be a person, right? It's like person size crate. It's not like.
You would think so. I mean, yeah. What could else would be in it?
The only thing
Vince McMahon pops out.
Oh my goodness! How many
we've seen his recent dash body cam footage from his arrest in Connecticut or Westchester of him driving his fast car and evading the police and crashing into somebody else. But who could be in the box? Could it be another title? A lot of people want it to be Chris Jericho so bad. They think it's Chris Jericho. Do you think it's Chris Jericho?
I think it is, and I don't want it to be.
Oh, okay.
What I was thinking was that it was going to be like somebody gets taken out backstage before the Elimination Chamber, and the crate opens up, and that's like the replacement.
Right. And I thought that would be like Brock Lesnar.
Yeah.
I thought that would have been the way that they were going to go, and it's not, especially from what happened on Raw with Bronson Reed. But I want to say my guess right now, even though it's like, I don't want to be disrespectful and call it underwhelming, but as such a big surprise as what they've let it up to be, I feel like he wouldn't live up to the hype, even though he's great and he's probably going to do great things in the WWE, and that's Royce Keys, because we saw him at the Royal Rumble and we haven't seen him since, and then we just saw him on Stephanie McMahon's podcast talking, and they haven't said if he's in NXT, if he's in WWE, and we haven't seen anything about him since. Well, he's on the roster, he's there. So
Did you know he was 43 years old?
I did not. No.
I think they say that now you watch Stephanie McMahon's podcast, not me.
Yeah.
So I'm going to have to catch up. But I think I read somewhere that he's like 43 years old, bro.
Okay. Yeah.
He
don't play. He's the real deal. He's the Royce Keys is the real deal, man. Powerhouse Hobbs. He's the real deal. Yeah, he was talking about CM Punk and stuff, and how he had lost his mom, and that match in AEW, Punk had gave him love and mentioned his mother's name, on his, patting him on the back or what, on the chest or whatever, pause, but yeah, and gave him some respect over it, and how much him and Cody really helped him out and stuff like that. But is it possible he might be in the box, right? I don't know when they would open the box. The whole thing about the Elimination Chamber, too, leading with the box into that is interesting, because as far as the match card goes, what is the order of the matches?
Yes. The men's has got to be last, right? Well, I would think that CM Punk and Finn Balor is probably going on last because it's Chicago, but
You would think possibly, but then if there's like some type of swerve with who's in the box, it either has to do with one of those matches, right? It's got to be.
it's my dick in a box.
It's my dick in a box. Yeah.
That's all I keep thinking every time I see it.
Yeah.
Now Brock Lesnar came out on Raw with Paul Heyman, which is whatever again, and
random again.
the
When you're
vision's
coming out
blind
with
at this
two
point.
separate people, two separate things. He had already just came out with the Vision, and then
Yeah.
he just goes back like nothing happened. He just comes out with Brock Lesnar. Like,
Yeah, I
you
guess
gotta
Bobby
start
the
coming
Brain-
out with CM Punk again. You're gonna start coming out with CM Punk too, and then Roman Reigns again, and whoever else. Like,
Yeah, Bobby the Brain Heenan used to do that, but he'd acknowledge the Heenan family all as a collective unit, even though he'd come out
Right.
individually. But
not Don Callis level
Sure.
yet.
AEW sucks, dude. My goodness, they're dancing in the street. They got over 600,000 viewers the other day. But those same people that are praising it, and I'm looking at you, Aaron loves wrestling. Stop with your glazing bullshit. But like the same people that are all excited about the numbers are the same ones saying, "Oh, numbers are important." Well, numbers are important, but then when there's a good number, you get excited about it. So I don't really understand. But
Right. If you enjoy it, watch it. I enjoy what MJF did with Zilla Fatu for House of Glory
House of
wrestling.
Glory,
Yeah, that was cool. Big
But-
Hebrew.
But when Paul Heyman came out with Brock Lesnar, they were talking about how nobody was like worthy to be Brock Lesnar's opponent at WrestleMania and everything
Yeah.
else. So I was thinking maybe they would do a little thing where Brock Lesnar comes out and then the crate opens and that's who's going to be Brock
Right.
Lesnar's opponent at WrestleMania is whoever's like inside that box. You know what I mean? Like that would be the reveal. But then like who would it be? You know what I mean? Like would it be Obafemi maybe?
I thought
like-
all the promos were somewhat flat on Raw. Like,
Raw was terrible. Yeah.
they did what they set out and did what they needed to do, but I don't know how much more they really sold me on Elimination Chamber and the PLE, right?
The go home shows have
apparently-
been terrible lately.
Yeah, like Punk's promo wasn't terrible, but it wasn't like amazing either. Like I liked what he kind of did. He piggybacked off what Finn had said in his video promo, right? But from what we see, there's a lot of open tickets still for Survivor Series, but I don't expect that to end up being like that, especially with CM Punk and AJ Lee in Chicago at the United Center. Like, I think it'll be a sellout. It's got to be, right?
Yeah. They'll put fillers in.
We'll
Even
see.
if it's not.
If it's not, I mean, they're gonna make it seem like it is. But if it's not, then that's some problems right there. Like, especially looking forward towards WrestleMania. That's something they're gonna have to figure out.
Law of
which they don't give a
diminishing
damn about.
returns, man. And I think that's why they put Roman Reigns in the main event at WrestleMania was to push those tickets because as he said before and we've talked about before, like he set this all up and it just like seems like for whatever reason the other people aren't really being the draws that they're supposed to be or need to be or are required to be for these tickets to maintain. So
Yeah, and that's why they put the match out so early between him and Punk. First night after, Rumble, first Raw after Rumble, Roman Reigns makes his choice for the Punk bait him into that, We'll only know. But as far as story goes, that's what it is.
Now, do you think that, like, when you look at it for, like, what it is, do you think that that's the better choice, CM Punk and Roman Reigns? Because, I mean, it's more unpredictable at that point. Like, who's going to win? Is it going to be CM Punk? Is it going to be Roman Reigns? Is there going to be some general tomfoolery happening? I'm sure Seth Rollins is going to make his appearance known, or make his presence known, I should say, during that. But, like, I think that Roman Reigns and Drew McIntyre would have been it because there wouldn't be like some dissension because whoever wins between CM Punk and Roman Reigns, some people aren't going to be happy, right? Like, there's going to be a fan base that's completely pissed off that their wrestler lost at WrestleMania, and it would be 2 WrestleManias in a row because they both lost to Seth Rollins last year. So like, I think the cheap way that what they could have done is had Roman take on Drew if they were going to have him go over. But if they weren't going to have him go over, why even have him go to WrestleMania in the first place? Because he's talking about these young stars not taking the ball and going with it. would he lie down for CM Punk, who isn't one of these young stars, So
we'll see. And then it could have been like Cody and Punk too, which would have been very, very interesting, which is something we still haven't saw. And, they kind of had a couple moments, in the past talking, but we haven't seen that yet on television.
Or were they hoping that it was going to be Seth and Punk, and Seth's just not ready to go,
Right. But as far as going back to what's going to happen, early predictions for that match, I feel like it can't just be a clean finish. Like, there's going to have a slugfest, and then Roman's just going to spear Punk, and he's going to be the better man and win? No, that's not happening. No way in hell. Roman's not winning anyways. I'm telling everybody. Like, I already said it. Like, it's too obvious. So? It's not happening. Yes. I'm 100% positive. Punk's walking out champion. And the Money in the Bank, I feel like never mind. They didn't switch the Money in the Bank. Money in Bank always comes after WrestleMania.
WrestleMania, yeah.
Seems like people held on to the briefcase for so long that they still have it at WrestleMania at some points, which is a long ass time to think about it, as far as when the dates line up. But yeah, so there's no Money in the Bank that can be cashed in, but who fits into that role that wants to disrupt the match or be a part of it? Seth Rollins? I don't know. I mean, he's got all the beef with the Vision kind of to sort out before all that. So who the hell knows what's going to happen? Because and can we just show some respect to CM Punk? Coming back, the stuff that he said in AEW about main eventing, a 2-night thing, and then all the hate he got, and we didn't see this coming. We're like, he's getting older. He's probably not going to main event or go for the titles, and he's just going to tell stories. But this is the second year in a row. Now, this year, he will be main eventing night 2 of WrestleMania. 2 years in a row, main eventing WrestleMania, and he's going into it as the champion. So we got to give him respect there. Got to give respect there, because nobody saw that coming.
If people aren't clever enough to read between the lines, I think we know who Combat Jones' prediction is for the World Heavyweight Championship match at Elimination Chamber now.
Hopefully, unless they're really trying to throw a swerve, but
there ain't no fucking way, man. Ain't no way.
Yeah, Finn Balor, the name, it just doesn't, all respect to Finn Balor.
All respect
amazing.
to Finn
Great,
Balor.
one of the greatest.
One of my favorites, yes.
To put him on the marquee and to put him like on ESPN and the headlines and on First Take and on these news channels, do people know who he is as much as Punk? He's not as polarizing. It just is what it is, right?
I'll tell you
Roman Reigns as Punk is Bret Hart and Shawn Michaels, or Undertaker and Triple H, or The Rock and Stone Cold.
Yeah. And for the people being upset about Cody potentially going for Drew McIntyre, like, name the 4 biggest names in WWE the last couple of years. I mean, there's an argument that Drew might not be in that top 4, but the other 3 are locked in. Like, Seth Rollins is probably number 4, but he's injured right now. Drew McIntyre has been an immaculate piece to this puzzle the last couple of years, and like finally getting his flowers. I know that Zeus, the honorary Zeus, is creaming in his pants about Drew McIntyre getting his time in the sun. But
I want to give some respect to Drew McIntyre too. Because he's been absolutely killing it lately, like making his presence known everywhere, completely screwing over Cody and everybody, showing up, at when you least expect it, and interjecting himself in everything, and all his promos from SmackDown, laughing down at Cody and everybody and Jacob, and they've just been on. He's been on one and doing the thing, even off of WWE, on all the podcasts and everything he's been doing, killing it with the interviews and all the trash talking he's doing, and he's making a compelling case too.
Yeah, of course. Yep.
Which
that's always been Drew's bread and butter. Yep.
Yeah,
Drew's bread and butter, even back with the Punk feud and everything else. If you remember, I was like starting to be like, oh, wait a minute, Drew's making a lot of sense here. Like, everything that he says, he's not wrong. Like, a lot of heels go into like levels of delusion and everything else, but Drew is just, he speaks the truth, and just sometimes people don't like it. And like I said, I think those are the 4 top guys that you could have in the championship matches for WrestleMania. And I could see Finn, early spoilers. It's not a prediction.
Mhm.
It's a spoiler. Finn Balor is going to go for the Intercontinental title against
Yes.
Dominic Mysterio at WrestleMania.
Yep.
The seeds got planted when CM Punk came out and asked Finn if he could do it alone, and Finn Balor said he wanted to do it alone, and Dominic Mysterio is a little bit pissed off about that. And
Called J.D. McDonough a bobblehead, and you can't get through the ropes without hitting his big bobblehead, and then
Yeah.
told Dominic that he hasn't defended either of his titles since he got them, pretty much. And yeah, it's interesting. Yeah, I think Drew's kind of got Cody in his pocket a little bit because Cody's calling him an asshole and he's the heel, you know. So I think he's got Cody off guard a little bit, and then Cody's kind of at this weird crossroads. No pun
Homelander
intended.
Cody,
yeah, a little bit. I mean, it doesn't necessarily mean he's going heel or anything, but it's bringing a different side out of him. And if I have like for the predictions for the chamber, man. I mean, Drew keeps getting involved in shit. Like, you just don't know what's gonna happen at this point. Like he might be out to ultimately screw Cody Rhodes, like he says. He does not want Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania. He doesn't want it to be safe. He doesn't want the Golden Boy there. You know, everything just feels too safe and boring and the same when Cody's, you know.
And I got
Nepo baby. Yeah.
I got some things to say about that. Before I do, though, I need to know your opinion because you messaged me about it, and I need to hear your opinion about. You're talking about, is Cody heel? Is he not? He's getting a little bit in his Drew's getting a little bit in his head and stuff. What about who's getting in Sami Zayn's head? Because I know you were pumped about this one.
Oh yeah. Sami was talking some shit to Cody. Like he kind of got off his rocker. He's like, I'm not being humble today. I'm gonna tell you like it is. So it might have been what Cody needed to hear, but at the same time, it's the fire that we need out of Sami Zayn, and we don't know that could come down on the road with this whole match too. As far as it could do that with Randy too. We don't know.
Do you think that Sami kind of showing this side of him a little bit? And this is me just fantasy booking and just kind of whatever. But
yeah.
Do you think this is setting up for a Kevin Owens return? Because when Kevin Owens comes back, he's going to be a monster babyface. He can't come back and be a heel at this point because of the way he left, everything that happened, and he's going to need like a security blanket to come back and have somebody to feud with, and who better than like his lifetime rival, Sami Zayn, friend, rival, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
But
and
boy,
that flip-flops everything.
Match.
Because from what we're used to is Kevin Owens, KO being the bad guy against Sami. Every time we've had their matches, right? For the most, I believe Kevin Owens is usually the bad guy, right?
High percentage,
yeah. So that could be something. It's very interesting because that whole thing with Cody could lead with Sami turning bad and all that, or it could just lead to feeding into Cody's mind more and screwing with him and leads him down that road also. You could really go either way with it, but he gave him some straight facts. Like, now Cody didn't like it either. Cody don't like hearing the truth, I don't think. Like he you just like Roman, man. They deserve each other.
They deserve each other. Now I gotta say, there's a lot of rumors going on the internet right now about how they want to switch things up, WWE, or maybe this is just people's fantasy booking, and that they're not going to have just a one-on-one match. There's going to be a fatal 4-way, or like somebody said, a 5-pack challenge where like, we have 5 people go for the championship. But like I've mentioned my disdain for that because of, I don't want to see the Elimination Chamber not mean anything. I want it to mean something and lead to that. But you saying Drew going like full on postal and just taking everybody out. There's 4 guys left and he just goes in and just not takes them all right out. Will that lead to a fatal 4-way or a 5-way or a 6-way or whatever at WrestleMania?
There's no doubt in my mind that Drew McIntyre is going to somehow interfere in the men's Elimination Chamber match. Now, whether it's laying everybody out or laying out somebody or laying out Cody, so he thinks Cody can lose, but he accidentally hits somebody else and then Cody ends up winning. That would be, unfortunately, the most unpredictable way of doing it that we've seen in the past, right? It would kind of be that'd be serendipity, right? Serendipitous for that to happen, but that's
Good shout out.
that's a possibility, right? Yeah.
I'm a little bummed out that like at the end of the day, LA Knight's getting caught up in all of this again. And like this is going to lead to obviously some shenanigans can happen in the Elimination Chamber that lead to like matches at WrestleMania. And I'm sure that's going to be part of it. But man, oh man, like I wouldn't be mad whatsoever if they swerved us and LA Knight won and it was LA Knight and Drew at WrestleMania. Like I would be totally on board with that. Like
LA Knight.
100%.
A lot of people are saying Trick Williams. A lot of people going for Trick Williams. I just don't see the story there with Trick and Drew McIntyre.
it's
unless
too early, bro.
Yeah, unless Drew was to somehow lose the title before that. I mean, okay, I was wrong. Never mind. Sami Zayn is not in the Elimination Chamber.
He's not.
Yeah, no, sorry. Javon Evans is. He gonna be doing some crazy stuff. Jey Uso is in it now, obviously, of what we saw on Raw happen, and that's quite an interesting thing too with Bronson Reed from what happened, because these injury things, it's like we don't know what to believe anymore. Like,
And that I don't know, man. That looked pretty legit though. That was pretty.
It looked legit the way he was looking. Yeah, and I don't know how he was going to play into the match either, how he was going to play into being in the Elimination Chamber. Do you think Jey Uso was I think Bronson Reed was originally supposed to win, because there was a lot of talk going on between Jey and the ref when he was up on the ropes, and they're going back and forth when they're trying to figure out what to do. You could tell, so I think, and I think Jey, I was trying to read his lips. I think he's like, you sure? Like, which could throw a whole wrench in the equation of whatever the hell he's got going on with anybody else too. So that's just like, it's what happens. This is, that's the business. Improvise and keep going on and figure out new things and fill in the holes where you gotta. And
yeah, and it's
interesting. Yeeting in the holes there.
Yeah, and it's interesting too because like I was watching it and stuff, but when they came back from the break, it showed the injury and stuff and the way he landed and stuff. And they're like, oh, like just talking about it. And I said, I would think that maybe it was almost being kind of like part of what's going on until I started thinking about Braun Breaker being injured and Seth Rollins being injured. Would they put another injury in there with Bronson Reed? And it's like, man, I think the Vision storyline is just plagued, bro. Like everything they're trying to do with that has just been kind of a train wreck from the beginning. We think they pulled the trigger on. They had to pull the trigger on the betrayal early because of Seth being injured and everything. It's just the whole thing. I think just needs to be scrapped at this point.
And all we have left is Logan Paul and Austin Theory now for the Vision with Paul Heyman, and that's interesting. I mean, Logan Paul has got to play a huge part in something. I don't know about Austin Theory. Maybe it'll lead down the line with some type of tag match with them, and then the whole masked man thing, like. That's kind of
Grayson Waller, you mean?
Gone now. Well, yeah, the pictures proved that Grayson Waller was wearing the same shoes as the masked man in another picture, right? But then also last night on Raw, we saw on Monday Night Raw last night, whatever night it comes out. On Monday night
at the
Raw,
time of this recording.
Yeah. Grayson Waller was out there with the New Day though too, which kind of. I was like, would he really be out there with the New Day at the same time now if he's really pissed off about this whole Austin Theory thing and everything else?
Yeah.
It doesn't really make sense,
Well, the thing too is with that too is like when they showed the masked man when he was up in the stands with that weird, like he had like the goatee or something through the mask, and then they showed Grayson Waller and he had that like shitty goatee going on. But then I was like, are they kind of just using Grayson Waller as kind of like a stand-in until the reveal, and it's Seth Rollins because Seth Rollins has got the goatee, so maybe they just had him grow that just to sort of, you know what I mean, fit? Because the beautiful thing about a masked man and a man in a box, if you think about it that way, is that like they can plug and play anybody at any time. Like it doesn't have to be consistently who it is supposed to be. It can always be
Yeah,
somebody else, and then the
absolutely.
reveal could be something different, you know?
Yeah, so it could be anybody. I think, the best bet at this point for the masked man would to be Seth Rollins when the time is right, without a doubt. And that's
Yeah.
what it should be.
That's what it should be. But at this point, like I said, with the whole Vision, everybody being injured and all that stuff, it's like, man, oh man, does it even really matter anymore? Like, is that even going to resonate with fans with everything that's going on? Because when it was Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker and even Logan Paul, like,
Yep.
because that was like the Vision, now Austin Theory, whatever. But like with all three, two of those three injured, and that was the group that was with Seth Rollins. So it doesn't even matter. Like, doesn't even matter anymore. Like, I think Seth Rollins, he can't come back as a heel. And this is the problem, because like we always thought, like we've talked about, Seth Rollins is going to come back and do his program with CM Punk finally. But like when Seth Rollins comes back, he can't be the heel, right? So it's like, where is he going to fit into everything once he comes back as well? Like, there's just so many unknown variables that it's like, if things don't work out, it's going to be a whole fucking muddy mess, man. Absolute muddy mess.
And without a doubt, Seth Rollins is going to get the pop when he comes back, and he's going to be over automatically from people not seeing him. Plus, him getting betrayed, obviously, it put him in that light, and we'll have to see where that leaves him with Becky, too, and them being on the same page, because we had even seen her, step up to Paul Heyman that one time when all that happened the week after.
Yeah,
so
she had like a one moment of being a baby face before going full heel again. So
so there's so much in the air, and so much possibilities going forward of what can happen once everybody is not injured anymore and healthy.
Boy, it sucks because like this always happens around WrestleMania season, man. So many key players get injured, and it's like they have to kind of pivot and swerve around and stuff, and you hate to see it, but I mean, it is what it is. Oh, before everything else, and I had to give a mad shout out to AJ Styles, man. They had AJ Styles Appreciation Night. They had new merch. I thought it was just a cash grab, like, oh, we're just gonna have AJ Styles Appreciation Night, and we're just gonna release a championship belt and a T-shirt and everything else. And I'm like, oh, this is just a money grab. But what they ended up pulling off with it at the end was really cool. I think that it was natural in the ring. I don't think that it was something that AJ was kind of aware of at the time. I thought Undertaker was coming back for one more Boneyard match, to be honest with you.
He was about to show up behind him, and Undertaker, baby. Crowd go crazy when Undertaker come out. AJ Styles in Georgia. They don't want none. Country ball.
With the farmer strength.
Got the real retirement this time.
Yeah,
but like it's interesting going back listening to John Cena interview and him talking that AJ Styles already had all this planned out, and AJ Styles knew he was retiring at the Royal Rumble way back when he fought John Cena for the championship. So it was kind of beautiful, beautiful ending. Yeah.
And all these people like saying that like AJ Styles needs to go to AEW or he needs to go to TNA and retire there or whatever. Like, this dude is going out literally on his own terms right now. Like, he could go and do that and do this and whatever. But like, I think as far as like a pure wrestler and student of the game that AJ Styles is, like, this is like the ultimate for him. Like, he always wanted to go to WWE. He turned down, if you listen to the podcast he did with Stephanie McMahon, he turned down WWE like when he was younger because it didn't pay him enough, but that was his ultimate goal and he was able to go there. And then
accolades in every country,
every country, every business,
yes. And he's going out on top of his game. He doesn't need to go to AEW. It's not like WWE is not letting him do what he wants to do or be to a certain card level, with people and stuff like that. So he wants to be with his family. He wants time off, like, and I'm sure he'll come back at some point and we'll get another match. He's still young compared to a lot of these older gentlemen that have came back and wrestled, and so.
But like, what would be the accomplishment of going to like AEW for him? Like, his ultimate pinnacle was WWE. Like, okay, I could have some dream matches over there, but like,
that, and to say he's been in every company at this point, all the big ones, I guess, and held a title there. But I guess it's never say never, but
I think
with
it's
the whole Hall of Fame thing, I don't think you're gonna see it happen, especially with the Hall of Fame thing now. Like, I don't think WWE would go ahead and put him in the Hall of Fame this year if they thought he was jumping ship right to AEW right now. Like,
no, they're probably putting him under a Legends contract. Hall of Fame,
exactly,
Legends contract.
exactly. Absolutely.
We'll give you money for merch the rest of your life. Like, just chill.
Yeah.
And on top of that, like, did you see the pure joy on his face when Undertaker was like telling him that like he was going into the Hall of Fame? Like, once he realized what the Undertaker was saying, like the look on his face, like, holy shit, like, you know what I mean? Like, mission accomplished, and I didn't take off my gloves at the Royal Rumble so I could take my gloves off here in Atlanta, Georgia. At home.
Yeah. And he saw the Undertaker. He thought he was going back down in that hole. He thought,
oh man,
he thought,
pause.
Pause. He thought he was getting chokeslammed and tombstoned and last ride again.
Man.
Man.
But it was good, man. I liked what they did with it. I've said for a long time, man. And this, AJ Styles is one of my absolute favorites, bar none, across all companies, across all generations. AJ Styles was one of my favorites, is one of my favorites, and it's cool to see him kind of just do this whole thing.
Yeah,
I just
mad respect.
Mad respect.
Mad respect.
There's some wrestlers that.
Yeah,
there's some
AJ
wrestlers
Styles.
that like literally go until they're broken down and cannot go anymore. Like, I'm looking at you, Okada, but like, it's like, he's still in great shape, probably in better shape than a lot of the roster. Like
Suzuki. Some of them New Japan, Ibushi, some of them guys came over from New Japan to AEW at some
collect
point.
TK's checks. Yeah.
We're talking about other people we love so much besides AJ Styles. We got to talk about Liv Morgan, baby.
Oh Jesus, dude, this is so ridiculous.
It's so great. Going back to SmackDown and the sit down she had with Stephanie Vaquer and Dirty Dom doing the translation, and
that's cool how they're doing that, though.
Completely breaking the heart of Liv Morgan, and that's not cool, Stephanie. Like, Liv has put in a lot of work, and that's a bunch of bullshit. But she obviously struck a nerve and Liv and lit a fire there, and I think she's gonna regret that. But what a choice last night she made by popping Stephanie Vaquer right in the head with the microphone, giving her respect, and then being like, okay, guess what? I'm gonna one up your ass right now. This is chess, not checkers, bitch.
Yeah, I don't know. I like what they're doing because of the obvious language barrier with Stephanie Vaquer and stuff like that, having like Dom be like the translator and stuff. I really liked what they did with that. I thought that was like really innovative, kind of like what the talking back and forth, and his facial expressions are priceless and stuff.
Yeah.
Now, do you
and
think...
the one thing just to intercept real quick, breaking the internet and bringing back those shorts, bro, for Raw. Oh my God. Once again, the shorts she wore up in the stands, talking to Rhea Ripley and telling her she wasn't good looking enough, being the mean girl. She brought them things back again, broke the internet again. Let's give it up for Liv Morgan, baby. The greatest Royal Rumble winner of all time, and soon to be women's champion at WrestleMania.
How bad do you think those shorts stink when she takes them off?
They probably smell fresh.
They're disgusting, bro. Them things are fucking disgusting.
No. Not a chance. No.
But
Nope.
you know what? It is what it is. I mean, anybody could see that coming a mile away. I mean, it just is what it like. I'm really disappointed that Bianca Belair is not in the Elimination Chamber. And I was kind of hoping that maybe Bianca Belair was in that crate, but what
Was in
sense
the
would
box.
that make?
Yeah.
What sense would that make at the end of the day? You know, I don't know.
Yeah, and we got to know recently. We got the information about that she had just underwent the surgery for her finger and all that, and she was out that long for her finger, or it was some type of infection or something wrong with her finger. It was kind of like a prolonged thing going on, and so. But we don't know about injuries anymore, like what's real and what's not. So maybe that's a good thing. The way that if some of them, any of them, turn out to be bullshit, I mean. I guess they got us right at this point.
If it was not a legitimate injury, I think they would have came up with something a little bit more dire than a finger. You know, I mean, maybe something happened with that. I'm not exactly sure, but like the Street Profits have been strangely absent as well. So maybe there is something serious going on with it that they're just kind of not letting on to. But
that's true. Yeah, they're gone too. We haven't seen or heard anything from them. So
yeah,
interesting.
And we were talking about it earlier, you know, with LA Knight and stuff. LA Knight, man, has gotten himself so over. Like, I want people to kind of take a step back of who your favorite wrestler is, or who you think is the best, or who you're whatever, and just watch an LA Knight promo and see like how much he has that crowd in the palm of his hand when he's doing his promo. Like they hang on every word he says. They're waiting for the yeah so they can yeah back, but they listen to what he's saying. It's not just like like, you know, you don't just hear the crowd like shuffling around or whatever. They're like so quiet and so dialed into what he's saying and what he's doing. Blows my mind every time I see him. I freaking love LA Knight so much.
Yeah, he's great. He's good in the ring. The BFT is caught on. It works. Everything he does.
Unchosen, just, like everything. It just Unchosen. Makes sense. Like it just
people
makes
are
sense.
Coming out now with the signs you're starting to see to push LA Knight and all this stuff, and they're tired of it. And when he first originally like really was getting over, like a couple years ago, you heard a lot about, you know, it's not him that's over, it's just his catchphrases. You know what I'm saying? And that and that you can kind of weigh up against how people kind of say that Jey Uso is like the yeeting, and the yeet is more over than Jey Uso actually is like in the ring or as like a competitor, which I mean, I understand it somewhat, but at the same time I think is bullshit because Jey Uso is great. Like, you don't get to that point that long from not being good. So
exactly.
You got to give him exactly. Maybe you could argue the fact that it's the main event Jey Uso character part of it. You know what I'm saying? That doesn't weigh up as much against as being the tag team Jey Uso as being great in that aspect. But regardless, you got to give him his respect. But yeah, LA Knight completely over. Damn, you never know. You never know.
Now, do you think that it could possibly be right? We're gonna fantasy book this all the way. Do you possibly think that crate is gonna open and Killer Kross returns?
Oh, that could be a
Elimination Chamber. Can we do it? Can we do it? Is that gonna be the reality that's gonna set in? Oh my goodness, let's do it.
Killer Kross is in the box. He's gonna kick that bitch wide open.
I don't think that's a possibility.
He's gonna walk out with that MLW championship around his shoulder too.
I don't think, like, we love Karrion Kross, Killer Kross.
Come WrestleMania, you never know. I'll say that. It's interesting.
Vegas.
Yeah.
So so like we love Killer Kross, Karrion Kross, whatever you want to call him, but like, with all due respect, like there's just a whole different feeling when he left and the movement that was trying to get behind him as to like when there was like when R-Truth left, or like it just seems like they really lost its momentum really quick. And I don't think that's any fault of his. I think he's a great performer, but you know, it is what it is. But
I'd ultimately put it on to the show that I went to in Ottawa, or not Ottawa, and Quebec City, Canada, where the whole thing happened with the sign. I'm trying to get, you know, the crowd, these Canadians, to chant for Karrion Kross, and none of them would do it. And I'm not one to really believe in karma, but I think karma caught up with them at the Olympics for the men's hockey game because they got their asses kicked. So maybe if you would have rooted for Karrion Kross at Quebec City and Raw, you might have got the win, Canada, and got your gold medal. But you can kiss that
Are you
goodbye.
saying that
Yeah.
because Canada did not chant with
Yes.
you
Yes.
at Monday Night Raw on Netflix is the reason why they lost the gold medal game?
Absolutely.
In the Olympics. Okay,
Yeah.
so Combat Jones, you heard it here first. Combat
yeah.
Jones is the direct reason why the United States won the gold medal in hockey, not Cash Patel chugging beers like a little biggity bitch. Okay.
I need more gold around my neck right now. Yeah. I deserve a medal for that. And that's just what happens when I end up on Netflix, when I'm on TV. Big things happen, you know, and it's happened multiple times now. So, you know, we've been on Netflix, nothing new. You know, just like our friend AJ Galante, you know, we owe, yes, nothing but respect. But the Elimination Chamber in Chicago, baby.
Illinois.
Here we go.
Yep.
4 matches and a crate box. Mystery crate box. How much time will they spend on that? Which match will it be a part of? Or will it be separate after everything's done? Will the crate fall down and the Holy Grail come out like in Indiana Jones or something? We have yet to see.
Now,
maybe there's a NHI inside this box and a
I like where you're going with this.
cryogenic you know, chamber or something, you know.
Okay. Yeah. Trump lent it to Triple H. Yeah. So he's talking about disclosing the UFO files. You know what files we want disclosed? Trump, stop playing.
Yes. We want them all, you know,
I'm just not.
Shout out to Jesse Michaels, Chris Ramsey, James Fox, UAP Gerb, and the whole It Was Probably Nothing tour in Montreal, baby.
Wow.
Yeah, the truth is out there.
I'll tell you this much. Lou Elizondo is going to be about an hour away from me in May,
that.
I think it is. So
I saw that.
Might have to take a trip to go meet Lou. But I digress here. We're going to talk about the Elimination Chamber. Now, do you think that it's going to be a letdown? What if it would be like the gobbledygooker that came out at the Survivor Series that one year, and it's just like a turkey that do-si-dos with Mean Gene Okerlund? You don't think so?
They're not doing that. They're not doing it.
Okay, it's going to be something big.
Something complete, a huge container, something very small inside of it.
Okay, that sounds
I don't
good.
know. It could be, I don't know, maybe a title or something.
That's what I do with my baggy pants.
And then whoever's in it,
inside.
Who else would it be? You know, you have Chris Jericho come out and ruin. It doesn't make sense still. I would say, you know, if you had like Finn and Punk on last and Punk wins or whatever, and then the box opens and the countdown hits or whatever, and Chris Jericho ruins Punk's moment. But when does that story go to? Because the next PLE is Roman and Punk. Mm-hmm. So it just... there's no continuity there until after that, or unless whoever's in that crate is going to be part of the match and we just don't know it yet, which would be absolutely horrible. Chris Jericho in a triple threat with Roman and Punk. It almost should happen because it'd just be kind of hilarious at this point. Like I don't know.
Now,
Royce Keys, but what's he going to do? Come out and then just wreck everybody too? I think, or whoever else?
But could it be like if it could be Royce Keys, like I said before, if it was like who's going to be Brock Lesnar's opponent at WrestleMania? Like, what better way to put Royce Keys like on like a huge pedestal than to say his first singles match in WWE is against Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania? Like,
these were all thinking Obafemi, but in the end, yeah, that's a great idea. Would be Royce Keys and Brock Lesnar, and that would be a great putover and a great thing to build him up and to a great person for Royce Keys to work with. You know, especially for his first big match and big moment like that, Brock Lesnar. I mean, that's book. You could book it, and you know that's.
Are we going to go with our
history?
With our predictions, are we going to do a prediction of what's in the box as well as the matches? And
I mean, we already kind of have. I mean, I don't. I don't know. I think Man, I don't even to say
What other
Chris
matches could
Jericho.
it be involved? I don't think it'd be involved in a match. I think it's going to be like kind of its own segment to kind of eat up a little bit of time. So I'm thinking it's going to be a continuation of the Brock. I think it's got something to do with
Just a
Brock Lesnar.
return? Just a return or something? Like,
I don't know if it's going to be a return. Maybe a return from injury. Who's out of? Bro, what if it's Braun Breaker comes out and just wrecks house, bro? Like he's back earlier than people thought he was going to be. Like
wins that and then goes up against Drew though, or they
no, I don't think that.
put
Just
him
to
into
come in and wreck shop.
Punk
Like who?
and-
Like
yeah,
I don't know. Cost Punk's the title. Ooh. No, we're not going there. Not going
it's
there.
possible. It's possible, but
Seth Rollins returning, maybe. Like you could see the opening up and then the whoa.
oh god,
Like you don't think so?
nah, I don't.
But what it is, I don't think it's a specific superstar. Maybe somebody returning because it's on both Raw and SmackDown. Like, oh, ship it over to
Right.
SmackDown, ship it over to Raw. So I don't think it'd be like a specific. It's got to be Chris Jericho, right?
It's gotta be. We need to. I asked Sam's on wrestling when he was live on TikTok, and he didn't have any idea. And if he doesn't know, with his
I thought
knowledge,
he had the inside. Yeah.
well, with his knowledge and his history, and his mind is like a computer, like if he don't know, I don't know. I don't know. But it'll be interesting to see to get to the event, the card. There's 4 matches. Now, how would we split up these matches? It's very interesting.
Yeah.
do we
what
do
you think?
the women's elimination chamber first?
Yeah. Yeah.
Or do
'cause
we
that's
do
probably
it-
how they're going to do it, right? They're probably going to start off with that because they're not going to have Elimination Chamber back to back because
Right.
the crowd needs a breather. So I think it's going to be Elimination Chamber,
And then if the men's
Women's Intercontinental Champion. Yeah.
right, and if the men's elimination chamber is last, then we're gonna get the AJ Lee versus Becky Lynch match. We're gonna get AJ and Punk right after each other, which
Yeah,
is
I don't
almost
think-
like I don't know if that's the best thing to do either. Because
No,
you kind of want to split
eliminate-
up the crowd. You know what I'm saying? For the pop.
Elimination Chamber Championship, Elimination Chamber Championship, probably. You know what I mean? Women's
Okay.
Elimination Chamber,
Okay,
but then would
yeah,
you want
yeah,
2
yeah,
women's
yeah.
matches, 2 men's matches? Like the way they're going to do this is kind of interesting. But I think
Yeah.
it's going to be Women's Elimination Chamber, Women's Intercontinental, Men's Elimination Chamber, then the World Heavyweight Championship. My
Okay.
prediction.
Okay. I could see
Crate,
that. Yeah.
crate
Or
somewhere in the middle.
flip flopped if not. Yeah. It'll be interesting to see what's last and when the crate's open. If the crate doesn't open by the time the end of the elimination chamber match, it's going to have something to do with the Punk match, or it's going to come right at the end, and that they're going to get the spotlight, which ultimately will piss off Punk, and then somehow Finn Balor pulls off a win. How does the crate opening and the person come out have anything to do with him?
I don't think that's happening.
I said, Chicago will riot, especially if Punk is on last and he loses the title.
What if it's
that place
Colt
will go crazy.
Cabana
Colt Cabana,
coming out?
yeah.
There
The
we go.
Bucks,
You've heard it here.
Hangman Adam Page, or Jungle. Oh no, the scapegoat, Jack Perry.
Jack Perry. Oh
That-
my
no,
goodness.
could you? No.
We
that
got
would
it.
be
We figured
perfect.
it out.
That's-
We figured it out.
That is the heat. There's nobody more that will get the heat than Jack Perry in Chicago
Oh.
for CM Punk if that crate opens after.
Oh,
like the look
man.
on his face. Yeah. It would be crazy. It would be like the pop and the craziness like of the opposite of when Punk came back in Chicago at the elimination. Was it the Elimination Chamber or was it Hell or no War Game?
That
War
was
Games.
Survivor
Sorry, that
Series
was
War Games, my
War
friend.
Games. Yeah, cages. They get me
Bro,
all mixed
I am
up.
so glad we got
Yeah.
there. Oh my goodness, man. Oh, bro,
Yeah.
what about check this out. I know he's
Yeah.
a champion in the other company.
Uh-huh.
Better than you. Bro. Could you imagine?
The champ is here. The champ is here.
Could you imagine
Baby.
because of that promo you were talking about earlier about like the 2-for-1?
Yeah.
Oh man. All right, so I'm done fantasy booking. It's Chris Jericho. Let's just move on.
Inside the box is the forbidden door.
If it's gonna
And
be
MJF
somebody,
steps out.
That's so good.
We
That's
haven't seen
so
Jack
good.
Perry though. In all reality, I mean, I doubt.
Yeah, he came out last
I
week.
doubt it would happen, and I doubt like the majority of WWE fans even know who Jack Perry is.
Mm-hmm.
The CM Punk
No.
fans do, like the diehard ones. But besides that, I don't think enough people would probably in reality know to be like, who the hell is this?
No,
they would
he
have
came
to
out-
really explain it, the commentators, when it's happening, or they, you know what I'm saying? They would have to build it and explain it just right, narrate it just right, if that's the case. But
No, but
it
he
would
was
be
just on.
absolutely hilarious and great. Yeah.
He was on Collision last week. He's not coming.
Oh,
out.
was he?
But,
I didn't
yeah.
even. Oh, I should have known that. I watched it. I only watch MJF and Swerve's parts, and FTR sometimes. Dude. Yeah.
FTR sometimes.
Darby.
So
you know, yeah.
Yeah, so the women's elimination chamber match. You want to see if I can remember this off the top of my head as I'm looking nonchalantly in my phone to see who it actually is that's going to be in it.
Shoot, go ahead.
All right, so it's going to be, as I'm saying this all off the top of my head here.
Yep.
Kiana James. Asuka,
Interesting. Yeah.
Raquel Rodriguez. Liv Morgan. Nope, I'm sorry.
No.
Alexa Bliss. I'm sorry. Rhea Ripley. Tiffany Stratton.
There you go. Yeah. Kiana James, very interesting. Talk about somebody on the roster, women or anybody on the roster that has nonchalantly flown below the radar this whole time since she's came to the main roster. Definitely Kiana James.
Mm-hmm.
And she was on NXT for a minute, right? And
for quite a bit, yeah.
With all due respect, I don't remember much of her in NXT at this point.
Their women's division was real hot, so like it's easy to get lost in the sauce with all the talent they have down there, you know.
But they obviously think big things of Kiana James and be putting her in that match. So be interesting to see where they go with that whole thing with her, because she seems like she has it for sure, and we'll see. Alexa Bliss, I would assume, is probably going to take the first pin. I'm going to go with Rhea Ripley winning. Asuka would be interesting versus Jade. But I think, you know, we talked about this, and even if there's not a story there yet, Jade has kind of come off as this heel now to a certain extent. And I think Jade and Rhea are the two biggest names you can put up there as far as a blockbuster type fight for a match card that is really going to draw the most people in and get the most eyes on the product. So it makes sense for Rhea to win. You know, and Io did not win her qualifying match either. So she's not in it, and they are still the tag champions, but it's very possible that they could lose those titles too very soon here, because they do have a match coming up. So
the only
Tiffany
other
Stratton, I hope not, because we've already seen her and Jade, unless they're gonna pull something different, crazy out the bag that they didn't the first time, then you know, I'm not quite sure about going in that direction. Raquel would be interesting, but again, that would be more interesting if she was more on Liv's side of everything with the title, and with Stephanie Vaquer, you know, winning and having to possibly face each other there. So I'm not quite sure about that. I wouldn't be surprised if Asuka wins. Asuka, you know, she's not my favorite, but I would say, you know, for like an obvious choice, my top three would be Rhea, Tiffany, and Asuka.
Yeah, the only other argument I have besides Rhea Ripley is Tiffany Stratton, because of Jade beating Tiffany for the title and the rematch and everything else. Like, I could see where that's going, but like you said, the money match is Rhea and Jade. I mean,
and that could be very good, you know. Rhea could really help out Jade, and we could see where that's going to go. And with the promos with Rhea, that might be what Jade needs too, you know, because we saw what Rhea did with Liv this whole, the whole last year before this and everything with her. I mean, there's no reason she can't do that with Jade too.
And you got to give Rhea Ripley all the credit in the world too, because she is, and I know you're going to kind of roll your eyes and whatever, but legitimately, bro, like she is the top women's wrestler in wrestling right now. I know you think Liv Morgan or whatever, but like,
well,
Rhea Ripley's the star, right? I mean, I think kind of like that's just where we're at right now with women's wrestling.
If you went to any meet and greet, like, and if you pay for the meet and greets, hers is always the first to sell out.
The first, yeah.
The first. And Bianca, she might be toe and toe with Bianca with that, but her and Bianca are always sell out the first. I want to say Liv's probably like right behind them and stuff like that. But yeah, Rhea for sure.
But got to give her massive credit for almost 2 years now, just not even really being involved in the championship picture.
Right.
Like being willing to take a back seat, get involved with the women's tag team division, kind of get that going and some spark behind that, and having her little feuds and her little things that she's been doing, and like knowing that you're like the top women's wrestler, and if not just the company, probably all of women's professional wrestling. I don't care about Shusuke Yamamoto and fucking over in New Japan or whatever. I'm talking about fucking, she's the biggest women's wrestler in the world right now. For her to like be that selfless, she is bullshit. But like, for her to kind of take a back seat and be willing to do it and kind of just let them do their thing, and her kind of just, know that she's going to get her spot when the time comes up again, is like shout out and like mad props to her. I have nothing but respect for Rhea Ripley. I know she didn't want to be like it's Rhea Hogan or anything like that. Like she kind of was willing to kind of go back down the card a little bit and do like other things and stuff. And as far as I'm concerned, she deserves a title, bro. Like you said, she sells out the meet and greets. Like, people are there to see her. Like on social media, when we go on social media and we see like the people that follow us and stuff, like a large percentage of them are there with Rhea Ripley signs, are there with Rhea Ripley merchandise. Like,
and when you go to the shows, the live events, you can hear it.
Yes.
It's substantially louder when Rhea comes out. It doesn't matter if she's the backup just coming out to, be in the corner of Io Sky or whoever it is. Like, she gets the loudest reaction out of any of the women for sure, besides Liv, but that's all another, but
so I'm going Rhea Ripley. She's gonna win it. I don't know if she's gonna beat Jade necessarily at WrestleMania. I hope she will, but
I don't know. Maybe we'll get lucky enough and have Bianca come back by then or something, but I don't know if that's a possibility depending on what's going on with that in her finger. But it'd be interesting with Rhea Ripley and Asuka in the chamber with Io Sky and Kairi Sane to see if they try to, take part in that and get involved. I don't know, but probably be clean stuff. But hey, on the other hand, it's a plus. Nia Jax is not in the chamber.
Well,
shout out to my brother 215 and the Unk Censored podcast, but Nia Jax ain't in this one, man. Maybe next time, but all respect, nothing but love, man, nothing but love.
Now the women's Intercontinental Championship match, we have the challenger AJ Lee in her adopted hometown of Chicago, Illinois, against the champion Becky Lynch. I think this is where shenanigans is going to happen, honestly.
I think so too. Shenanigans will happen. Is Natty lurking in the shadows maybe after she, threw
Maxine Dupree
into the post head first, and she looked like she completely lost consciousness. Sold it too good. She really oversold that one. She really oversold that one. Yeah.
She sells the corpse really well. Yeah.
Oh man. But I think there's gonna be some type of shenanigans. It would be amazing going forward if AJ Lee and Punk are going into WrestleMania with both belts and they both get a win in Chicago. The crowd will go crazy, but I think they're going to have to split the love there, unfortunately. And I think it's probably better off with the story going forward with Becky and AJ Lee heading into WrestleMania and maybe having some type of special stipulation match even at Mania or a triple threat or something, but
yeah. That's what I'm thinking too. I think what's better than winning the championship at your hometown is winning it at WrestleMania. I think that's her place for it. So,
yeah, makes
hopefully.
sense.
Let's do CM Punk and Finn Balor first because I already know who you're picking for this one. So,
okay, yeah. We already said that you were in agreements with this. CM Punk wins, and Finn Balor's not winning because Dominic Mysterio and JD McDonough, or just Dominic, is going to try to come and get involved and help Finn win, even though he's asked them not to interfere, and that's going to end up making Punk win, or leading, giving him the upper hand. So he puts Finn to sleep again, and it's not another what if. It's he is the best in the world again against you, Finn, and so on and so forth. Yeah. And that leads to the Intercontinental title match between Dominic Mysterio and Finn Balor at WrestleMania, and the breaking up and splitting of the Judgment Day at that point. Yeah.
Yeah, I think, JD and Dominic are going to try to come out and interfere, and Finn's going to get pissed off and wave him off, and that's going to cost him the match.
Any chance you think that Finn comes out as the demon?
No. That's safe for when he's babyface. That's for WrestleMania against Dominic.
Okay. He's that time. He did go against Roman that time that he actually finally did lose as a demon, but the rope broke, or the turnbuckle broke that time. That's how he got away. Roman got that one. So yeah, it would be interesting if he does pull some type of something though in Chicago. I mean, we'll see what he can do with mind games with Punk. It should be interesting to see. It should be an interesting match because they already had such a banger and such a great match in Belfast, Ireland. That you're not going to duplicate, and you're going to do something different. And Punk is a student of the game, the history of the industry and wrestling, and so is Finn. So where will they pull their inspiration from the past? To see and see what they can do. It should be interesting. I'm really looking forward to it, just in general. And I love that if Finn is doing his old school, babyface entrance with the music too, coming out lately to that. So it's gonna be interesting, but he's not gonna get all the love in Chicago, of course.
No.
But he's got the chance to pull off a massive upset, obviously.
Not going to happen, but I think that they've just been planting the seeds going back to his old music, and then the match with CM Punk earlier in the year, and then the Angel Devil thing on his shoulder the next week on Raw leading to this. I think it's all just snowballing up into prepping everybody for maybe a last hurrah final babyface run for him, and I'm here for it.
Yeah, definitely. Yep.
The men's elimination chamber, bro.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
We got Javon Evans, the young OG.
Bouncy.
We have Jey Uso, main event Jey Uso.
Yeet.
We have Whoop That Trick. Trick Williams. Trick.
And them lemon pepper steppers.
We have the Viper, Randy Orton. I'm a snake. I'm a slithery snake.
I'm a vampire from 1792.
Yo, that's a Snoop Dizzle from Doggy Fizzle Televizzle.
Yeah.
We have, say it with me, Rally. L.A. Knight. Yeah. And
all right.
We have the American Nightmare, Raheem. Cody Rhodes.
Cody Raheem Rhodes. Yeah. Interesting.
Copyright infringement. Okay. Is it interesting? This is the only thing I'm thinking. Cody Rhodes is gonna win this. The only thing that is keeping me from Cody Rhodes winning this is if Drew interferes somehow, and in that case, I would want LA Knight to win, but I'm just going to go with the safe bet.
Yeah, I mean, the safe bet is Cody Rhodes. I'm going to laugh so hard if Drew McIntyre gets involved and makes Cody Rhodes lose again. Like, that is going to completely push Cody Rhodes. If that's where they're trying to go, that will completely push Cody Rhodes off the edge. Not being able to main event WrestleMania and not being able to take part in it, and not go for the title and be screwed for some time. Like, that could be a real angle and a real way to go about things.
And think about it, like that could be like the catalyst for Brock Lesnar coming out and saying nobody wants to challenge him, and then Cody Rhodes doesn't get a main event at WrestleMania, so his next avenue is challenging Brock just so he gets like a high profile match at WrestleMania.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, screw it. LA Knight is winning, bro. He's going to WrestleMania to face Drew McIntyre. Here we go.
Or I think, unfortunately, we could see some change in Randy Orton and with Cody Rhodes in the match, and that could lead to it, and then LA Knight wins. But Jey Uso wins. Jey Uso main eventing WrestleMania again. Oh, they don't call him main event Jey Uso for nothing. Jey, we're gonna strap a rocket to your ass again. Hope you're ready.
We're gonna strap a rocket up your ass again.
Yeah. Get ready for the ride again. I don't know. We're just going to take the title back off him here, but it'll feel good for a second. Oh, man. I think Drew might get involved and try to cost Cody the match, and then it ends up backfiring and Cody wins.
That's a possibility. I don't like too many shenanigans
if Cody wins, I think that's what's going to happen, honestly.
I don't know, because we're talking about shenanigans in the women's IC title match, the shenanigans in the Punk and Balor match. Like, I don't want every match to have some bullshit going on, so I'm hoping not. But
okay, well, we got to count the box. The box.
And
at some point.
The last 3 Elimination Chambers, there's been shenanigans in the men's one for the finish, so I don't really want to see that again. But
yeah.
We'll see. Let us know in the comments who you think is going to win these matches, by the way, because I'm mad curious to hear what people have to say about it.
Who could be in the box other than...
Hey, Kit, are you there?
Yeah. Man, he's got beef with Obafemi.
That's it.
Wow. Yeah, where does that leave Obafemi? Where's that leave Kit Wilson? Where's that leave Gunther? Where's it leave Brock Lesnar? For all these people going forward in the WrestleMania, we'll have to see, because they have no matches at Elimination Chamber, and our next PLE will be WrestleMania. So there will have to be a lot of stories leading up, and this is usually the time when WWE gets super hot with the storylines and everything leading up, or as it should, hopefully. If they want to sell them tickets, they can give some out for free. I'll buy the plane ticket. Just give me the expensive, tickets, close to the front.
Decent seats.
Decent seats. I'll buy the ticket. Yeah. I'll even buy the hotel. Unfortunately, there's a thing too. It sucks to see about the WWE that they have this whole cancellation thing, or a ban. So anybody within a certain area or bars of Las Vegas cannot host any type of WrestleMania parties and show the WrestleMania event on their TVs. And they're doing the same thing for Survivor Series, or not for Elimination Chamber in Chicago too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So they're really
get their money,
showing love to the fans. Yeah. But whatever. Go to the show if you can afford it. Should be fun. We'll see. So much implications coming out of this Elimination Chamber going into WrestleMania to see what happens. Just like we hear the dirt sheet report rumors of Vince McMahon trying to team up with the Saudis to buy back WWE from TKO. We will see in the next saga, as apparently all the charges have been dropped. Yeah. Interesting.
Not touching that. Yeah.
Yeah, you never know. Never say never. He had gone and came back once before, so or it could just be another, we don't know. So interesting. Right. Yeah. Very interesting. But yeah, WWE Elimination Chamber, baby.
Beautiful.
Getting ready. tuning up. Chicago. Get that deep dish pizza. You know, get show love. Put on that number
Tommy
23,
Guns.
baby.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tommy Guns. You know,
A fire.
Jordan.
They had a fire there.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
The Windy City. Yeah. The Great
The
Chicago
Windy City.
Fire.
Yeah. But we will see CM Punk and AJ Lee in Chicago for their big show. Shout out to CM Punk for being the cover wrestler, one of the covers, one of 5 or 6 for WWE 2K26. And can't wait to see what happens. But let us know in the comments. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Thanks along for riding with us. We are, as seen on Netflix, Busted Open Approved, the original bad boys of the wrestling podcast world. We are the best wrestling podcast in the world. That's not syndicated. Check that. So, we are rated RR for Ringside Renaissance, and that is the best co-host, the best tag team partner, the best friend in the world, very deadly Jesse. Yeah, and I'm Andrew Combat Jones. And you've been listening to the Ringside Renaissance Wrestling Podcast. Yeah. Peace.